Respected Dr. Surinder Singh, Director NIB, and distinguished panels on the dais, and my dear friends. First of all, I would like to thank the organizing committee and Director NIB for giving me the opportunity to express my perspective on the biosimilars and the challenges in the quality control of biosimilars in India and what role nations of biologicals, where I come from, playing in it. So coming on to my topic, I'm going to highlight briefly the advances and the challenges in the biomedical science, and in particular the development of the biosimilars in India, and definitely how we can overcome all these challenges and how we can bridge all these gaps which are there in the development of biosimilars in India, and how we can move forward this value chain and the research in biomedical science and development of biosimilars in India. So coming on to the market, which is a big opportunity if we see for the Indian biopharmaceutical industry. So the global biosimilar market is expected around $6 billion and expected to grow at a CAGR of 31.7% to reach around 24 billion by 2023. And if you see the Indian market, it is expected to around $0.85 billion and it is expected to grow at a CAGR of 25%. So you can see there is a huge market in terms of the development of these biosimilars, which not only going to have the Indian population but definitely all over the globe. Because of the cost reduction they are giving to the patients, these are in high demands in comparison to the reference biologics. As we have seen, the industry is growing, and a lot of biosimilars are coming from the Indian industry, which are not only marketed in India but also getting approved in the highly regulated markets like US FDA harmonize the regulatory standards all over the world. Then if you see, there is again lack of the information in terms of clinical trials and regulatory aspects are concerned. We have seen, we have evolved from the past 10 years for the development of guidelines in the biosimilars. So the first guideline came in 2012 and they have been revised in 2016. But if we see our guidelines are generic in nature, if we see other regulated markets, they come with the highly specific, product-specific guidelines. If you see even there is a varied range of complexity are concerned. If we take example of insulin, which is almost 5.8 kDa molecule, and if you take the monoclonal antibody, which is almost 150. So these challenges in the development and the guidelines needs to be very specific according to the product. So we need to improve in this area, and we shall all should come forward, even industry, regulator, and the academia, to develop all these product-specific guidelines at a global standard. And then again, we have a lot of gap in terms of skilled and trained manpower are concerned, because the academic trainings or the courses are not being designed to that of the industry demands. So we need to overcome all these challenges, and we need to see to the curriculum of these academic institutions. And we have I think a session when I'm going through all the protocols. There is a special session for designing the curriculum of these students. So this is very important, how we can help the industry by training the students specifically onto the development of new biosimilars. And definitely how we can overcome these challenges, and how we can help the industry support the biosimilar manufacturers. So one of the area is definitely we can have a shared facility for the advanced analytical platforms for the characterization of these biosimilars, which is one of the major challenge, which is at par with the global standards. Not only it will going to help the industry, but it can come out with the biosimilars which will go into the global market, to the highly complex global regulatory processes. So and the second one is the development of monograph and the international reference standard, which is again one of the major concern. So for that we all need to collaborate, for either the manufacturers or both regulatory bodies, to come up with the monographs to put into the pharmacopoeia, because all these biosimilars are being developed by the manufacturers, and they know each and everything about the molecule, how they are behaving, and each and every method about profiling the impurities also. So we should encourage manufacturers to come up with the monographs, and we can get it incorporated in the respective Indian pharmacopoeias. And again, there is a high need for the product-specific guidelines are concerned, because there is a complexity, huge complexity is concerned with the different biosimilars which are there in the market. If we see for the different small proteins or the highly complex monoclonal antibodies, now the conjugate, that is antibody drug conjugates, are coming up. So we need to see all these challenges, how we can harmonize as per the global standards, and we should develop the biosimilars which are not of the which not only getting approved in India, but also free flowing in the global market also. So what is the role NIB is playing in it? So it is very important. Like we are an institute which is doing quality evaluation, not only the quality evaluation of these biosimilars, but we are doing trainings, and also we are doing the method verification of the monographs. So and interpreting them in the Indian format as well. So this institute is under Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, and their mandates are quite fit well into these challenges, and we have been having a lot of experience in characterization of these biologics. So if we see the first mandate, which is to develop and validate the standards for the quality control testing, and then again developing the linkages with the national and international organization to come up with the guidelines and all, and then providing training and facility for the quality control, which we have done a lot of work, and we are providing trainings to the industry, academia, as well as to the regulators. Then access of this manpower, technical skills of the manpower from time to time, so that they can be utilized by the industry or the regulations, or in different R&D setups of the small enterprises. And one of the mandate which we are also is also doing as the Hemovigilance Program of India, which we are running throughout the country. And also we are supporting the Southeast Asian region in that. So if you see the training we have imparted in the last 4 years, we have imparted training for more than 1,500 participants all over from the industry, academia. In academia, we have participants from the pharmacy students or the MSc students, which are from the biotechnology or microbiology or biochemistry or the bioinformatics. So we can see there is in last 2 years, from 16 to 18, we have trained almost 1,300 participants from the academia, industry, and the regulator. And we have been associated with the WHO. If you see, because of this reduction in the cost, WHO have taken a keen interest in doing the pilot prequalification of these biosimilars, and they have selected this rituximab, which is for the non-Hodgkin lymphoma, and trastuzumab, which is for the breast cancer. So now there's a huge opportunity for the Indian industry to get themselves qualified for the WHO pre-qualification, so that they have a huge market, not only in India, but all over the globe. So we are being participated with the WHO in preparation of international reference centers. So recently we have participated for rituximab, and we are the only lab who participated in this study from the government setup. And we have only 3 labs from India in this study. Likewise, in past also we have been participated for different international reference center preparation programs of WHO, like PAC-GCSF, human insulin, or hepatitis B surface antigen, etc. And recently we have been recognized by WHO as a WHO collaborating center for the quality evaluation of the immunodiagnostic kits, specifically for the HIV, SCB, hepatitis B surface antigen, and the other diagnostic assays. So what is the way forward? So it is a huge. We should come up to the expectations of the global regulations, and this can only be done by the joining the hands together, whether it's from the industry or from the academia or from regulators. So they all can support in this biotherapeutic ecosystem, which not only going to help the industry or the small or medium enterprises in the development of these biosimilars, but also going to help the patients who need these biosimilars for the treatment in India as well as globally. So NIV can be a partner in promoting and protecting the public health by ensuring the availability of these high quality biosimilars by verifying the monograph, which have been contributed by the different stakeholders, like from the industry, or it can be from the academia also, and development of international reference centers. We are already doing that, but we have to scale this activity to a larger extent where we don't have all these standards or the monograph in place. Then again, we are providing training, which we are throughout the year, or we have a specific slots also, like there are different registration programs we are running in this high-end platforms or the cutting-edge technology for the characterization of these biosimilars. So these all are the support which NIV can offer into the biosimilar industry. So this is a high time that we should come together and support the biosimilar industry, so that the same achievement we have done for the vaccine industry as well as for the generic industry, the same can be replicated for the biosimilar industry in India, so that we can have the needy population not only in India but all over the globe. With these words, thank you.